Project management software is a hot ticket right now. The market, it's flooded with apps designed to increase productivity and help manage tasks more efficiently. Some of them, maybe you've heard of it, Notion, has a cult-like following. And perhaps the popularity of these task management apps is no surprise. I mean, with the increase in remote working during and then after the pandemic, companies and individuals need an efficient way to communicate and organize projects. The fact is, I use a project management app. The one I have lays everything out before me. And I can see all my responsibilities, and then the notes that I've made about these responsibilities on a thing that looks like a car dashboard. It helps me. It helps me prioritize and stay on top of things. And I feel organized, and I like that. But you know what I really like? Do you know what I find most fulfilling about a to-do list? Ticking things off that list. Other people I've talked to, they feel the same way. It's satisfying, isn't it, to complete a set of tasks and then see that tally of victories. Look at that, I tell myself, surveying the items that I've ticked off the list with such pride. When there's so much to do, when it can be difficult to know even where to start, when you wonder if anything you do makes a difference at all, a to-do list. A to-do list soothes the anxious mind. And perhaps it explains why they're so popular. We live in a goal-oriented world. Attainment drives human endeavor. And the motivational quotes that you see by the water cooler in the office, things like, keep your eye on the prize, dream big, realize your potential. Well, they all express the same thing. Success comes through the dogged pursuit of it. Well, that's how I've constructed my life. I've set objectives, achievements I want to reach, things which I believe will bring me happiness, and I have pursued them. But there's something that I have noticed about my goal setting. Reaching goals doesn't always make me happy. Now, look, that's not to say that there aren't things that I'm proud of. I feel good about some of my accomplishments. I've set out to do something and I've done it. And that feels good. At least for a while. But I feel curiously restless. And then I wonder why. Because I've worked hard to achieve something, convinced that would it put me in a better position or fill some void in my life. It made sense on paper. If only I... ... But reaching certain goals hasn't always brought me the lasting emotional high that I anticipated. And I don't think I'm alone in feeling this way. People like me are often dissatisfied when they accomplish goals because, well, we've depended on that achievement to satisfy us. We've pinpointed the fix, whatever that itch is that we can scratch, and worked diligently to achieve it. But what then? What then when we cross the goal line? Today's gospel has a lot to say about boundaries and frontiers. Now, to be honest, it's a bit of a mishmash. As I read it today, I thought, it's not easy to keep track of all of these different images here. Like, really, who's the shepherd? Who's the gatekeeper? The gate? It seems to change throughout the reading. But nevertheless, there is a recurring theme in this passage of the threshold, that which brings entry into another land, another way of being. But this is no ordinary gate. Even amidst these mixed metaphors, we can see this. Now, firstly, these gates don't just lead to another enclosure. The shepherd calls the sheep out of the holding pen, out into the open. Even then, the verdant prairie isn't the target. Yes, you see, Jesus says that the sheep don't just move out, they also move in. They travel in and out, through gates, whenever they please. The gate to new life is freedom, and goodness and mercy follow wherever they go. Wherever they go. Heaven knows, I wish I'd learned this lesson a bit sooner in my life. In many ways, I'm still learning it now. Too often, I've viewed goals as destinations, the end point, a place where I will find fulfillment. And once there, once I've ticked all those to-do list items off the list, everything's going to be okay. And yet, time and again, I find myself in the cycle of rethinking that and seeking again. I say, surely there must be something out there, outside of the fence of whatever I find myself in, something out there that will bring me happiness. But try as I might, that's not the way it's worked. I have spent too much time in the waiting room. In the waiting room, expecting fulfillment in greener pastures. Maybe you have too. Would that we could find them today. Wouldn't it be nice if fences meant nothing to us? Would that we could hear God's call to be free, letting go of a need to achieve or a desire to escape, savoring life's journey itself. Wherever we go, even as the psalmist says, through death's dark veil, wherever we go is pasture. Joy isn't over the fence. You see, glimpses of it exist everywhere we roam. And the wandering shepherd's voice, it beckons. Have life. Have life abundantly. Now.